Well, hello there, and welcome back to Freeform Disney. I'm Jeremy, and we are ready to go hit another episode of Bad Batch. Probably in about 15 minutes, unless they change what they've been doing for the last 3 and drop it early. But hey, we can always hope. Who do we got in so far? Let's see, hello there to Pharamond, and hello there to Matthew Finn. So we've got a couple of you in there already, and that's just the people who popped into the chat. I don't know who all else is in here already, but hello there to all of you as well. Let's see. So for anybody who is new, let me go ahead and give you the breakdown. So we'll be going ahead and watching this all together, although each with our own copies. So as I said, I don't know if there's some other way other than Disney Plus for you to watch it. That's certainly how I'm watching, and how I think most everyone is. But hey, you get your own copy, we'll count you in here, so give you a 3, 2, 1, and we'll start it up at the same time. Plus, I'll have a timer up above my head, which will let you help sync up your watch to mine if they're missynced for some reason. So in case you're new, that's the quick lowdown there. And for everybody who's old, well, you've heard this spiel a few times already. And it doesn't change too much. Pray I keep it the same, I guess, and keep the deal as it is. No, the reference is failing badly here. Okay, so this will be episode 4 of the Bad Batch already, out of 16. In fairness, when we say 16, bear in mind how long that first episode was. I mean, that first episode was, 70 minutes long? So off the bat, it was around the length of 3 episodes, right off the bat. And I have no idea for sure what the length of the rest of them will be. We might have some more extra time sitting in there. Yeah, Matthew Finn, yeah, you heard it a few times, huh? Won't be the last time. Just in case. I don't ever have anybody new pop in and catch that. And heck, it could even be somebody new who watches it a couple months from now. That's even possible. Yeah, just because the video's still there. So yeah, don't want to go ahead and have that catch it. Even though, I mean, it's the 4th episode, it's less likely that this is the first one you watch. But you never know. You never know. I've had people join up in all kinds of different episodes. So, yeah. It always seems to be one of those recurring questions, because there are always a lot of people that think that I'll actually be like putting the video up over here along with the audio so you get to fully watch it. It's like, I can't do that. But certainly always get that, especially on the first episodes of whatever show. Oh, that always comes up. So, yeah. It's like understandable as to why people are hoping for it, but certainly not what it is. And I mean, I put it in the description, but I mean, you have to read a description to catch that, and I don't know how many people read the description. Even out of all of you who are the more loyal people who are watching all the videos left and right, I mean, I don't even want to hazard how many of you are actually reading the descriptions. It's in there, but yeah. I mean, you can only put so much in a title and on a thumbnail to try to go ahead and make it in there, so yeah, what can you do? What can you do? We've got all kinds of things up to go ahead and watch at some point up on Disney Plus. I keep tossing new stuff up. I haven't been watching pretty much any of the other shows. I haven't watched Big Shot or Mighty Ducks or High School the Musical, the series. Is that right? High School the Musical, the series? I think that's about right. I haven't watched any of those. I didn't watch the first season of that one either. But there are some other new things that they popped in there recently. Like the Star Wars vehicle fly-throughs are up in there. And also, they did a thing for locations as well that they put up there. I gotta check those out sometime, but I haven't done it yet. So that is just one of those quick little things to check out sometime, because I think they're pretty short. Heck, the vehicle fly-throughs, let's see, they've only got 2 of them, Millennium Falcon and the Star Destroyer, of like 4 minutes and 5 minutes, including whatever credits they have on there. So, not very long, but a little bit. A little bit of stuff in there. And, it's Biomes is the name of the other one. Oh, and actually it's just one thing for Biomes that goes between all of them for about 18 minutes. It's not bad. And the whole idea is fly-through tours. I don't know, it just makes me think, the reading the description of biomes, having not actually watched the little 18-minute thing, makes me think of Soarin'. Like, wouldn't that be a cool Star Wars Soarin' ride right there? We get to go ahead and fly through the different areas, have the smells in there while we're at it. Rethinking it so it's not like it's a hang glider, because that just doesn't fit as well for Star Wars. Nor can we be flying like we are for Avatar over in Animal Kingdom on the whole Flight of Passage in Pandora. But what would be the best fitting way for Star Wars? I mean, it would be like, yeah, as if we're in a fighter, or I guess if we're going across Hoth, maybe a snow speeder could work. So I guess really we're in a vehicle and sitting. So I mean, it's got the sitting position to it. Just make it feel more Star Wars vehicle-ish right there. I don't know. Who knows? But it'll be fun. Now, let's see. Matthew, you say that you're just playing some Ark Survival right there. Cool, cool. Hopefully you're doing well. Gotta go ahead and pass the time somehow, right? Like I said, I don't expect these to come out early anymore, but it's always a possibility. It's always possible they change it. Depending on, I assume it's mainly to do with server load would be my guess if anything were to come out early. If they think, well, this plus the fact we've got this show and this show and this show all coming out. Maybe. So maybe when it comes in another, what is it? Another couple weeks? Another 3-4 weeks, somewhere in there? When they finally go ahead and release Luca. You never know. We might get an early episode that day just because that's probably likely to put a little more stress on their servers. Who knows? Maybe we'll get it early. Maybe they'll just put Luca up 10 minutes early and not Star Wars. I don't know. But it is an interesting possibility. So, another week in, right? Episode 4? I mean, I'm definitely not sure exactly where we're going here with this one yet. I haven't watched anything else in between this week and here. I don't go looking for the spoilers on that. Don't need them. I'm not the person they're trying to catch to go watch the next episode, that's for sure. But, yeah. So are we going to go ahead and get Rex this time, or is it going to be a little longer on Rex? Also, questions I've got. How much are we going to keep dividing attention between our main group of Bad Batch and Crosshair and the Kaminoans and the Imperials back over on Kamino? That one I'm curious to see a little bit of right there. I hope we get to see a bit more, that it's not just something we only do every, say, 5 episodes. Because I think that's a good bit of interesting story, too, and can allow us to see a little more than just our core Bad Batch group. But at the same time, I really like our characters in there, so... little push-pull right there on what I want. So you never know. Pheromond. Let's see, you think Captain Rex might only appear mid-season? Maybe. If so, we've still got about a month to wait if that's the case, because, we're 4 weeks out from episode 8, so could be. Could be an end of episode 8 thing, go ahead and bring him in for a mid-season 2-parter right there. I could see that. Definitely I could. And if so, yeah, you'd bring in a nice big 2-parter, big action, everything else going on right there. If so, Crosshair might even pop in on that too. Could have all kinds of fun with that. And oh, hey, I guess while we've got things that are big that are coming out, not Star Wars, but Cruella comes out next week. So we're a week out from Cruella at this point. So that'll be interesting. Here's hoping they actually take that in the dark direction that it seems trailers promised. So here's hoping. Yeah, I'm not going to hold my breath for it, but there's hoping it actually will be what it appears it'll be. Back to Star Wars. Slight detour off into Disney over there. But hey, it's freeform Disney. It's kind of the idea, right? We're freeform. We're jumping over here and over here. Let's see. So what else? I really want some release dates on some of the other Star Wars stuff. I want to know when to expect Visions to actually come out. That one I'm curious about. If it's coming out this year, we've got Bad Batch running us all the way through, what is it, August? September? Oh, remind me right there. I don't remember. Because we have, I said, is it August? I think it's mid-August it's going to run through, if my memory serves me correctly. But that's based on what I think is how long the show runs. If my memory serves, let's see. Yeah, it's going to be August, 13th. Well, Friday the 13th will be the final episode of The Bad Batch. If you're superstitious, dun dun dun, it's going to end bad. Oh, that could be funny. Especially if they do make it end in a bad way. So everybody has a big cliffhanger at the end. That could be a funny Friday the 13th thing going on. But yeah, so August 13th. So I could easily see Visions wait a little bit after that to help fill in the gap between Bad Batch and Book of Boba right there. Spooky episode, yes. I should look up. Do we have a full moon on that day too? Just for extra bonus points right there. What about full moons in August of 2021? Nah, no full moon on August 13th. Right there. It looks like it'll be the 22nd. So it's about a week off. Would have been funny though. Let's see. We are getting there. We're about less than 3 minutes out right there from episode 4 of The Bad Batch. So yeah, I think I heard a title proposed for it that got leaked. Oh, what was it? It wasn't Cornered. It was something like Cornered, but I don't think that was the name. Kevin Kiner hinted that the last Bad Batch episodes might be sad. I would expect it to be. Although, whether we're talking about last of the season or are we talking about last of the show as a whole, though? Because it's definitely the show as a whole, I'd expect. But, as for the season, I mean, I'm certainly hoping for multiple, for plenty of seasons here. Give me at least 4 Bad Batch seasons. I want to go forward a little in time, see plenty to happen here. That is my hope. Yep. Yeah, he's also the first one that we got some kind of information on how many episodes are going to be. I mean, when we found out that it was going to be at least 14, because he went ahead and said that, guess what, there will be at least 14 episodes, because he was composing the 14th episode, I think, at the time. So, yeah. Interesting. So the season 1 finale. Well, who knows? I mean, we also might not actually save Crosshair. Now, that would be a direction to go, too. If we didn't save Crosshair, you would certainly have a sad finale. Or maybe somebody else dies I mean, there's all kinds of things. And, I mean, even without any of our Bad Batch getting in trouble, there's plenty of ways of going sad. And this show, certainly, starting with Order 66 in the first episode, and especially last episode, showed that it is willing to go dark and show some of the other things going on in the galaxy. So there's plenty of room to go ahead and be able to have some sad results going on in the aftermath. Well, hello there, Matthew. So now, well, I should say Matthew Cordona, since we got Matthew Finn and Matthew Cordona, just so it's clear which one of you I'm talking to. But hello there to everybody right there. So we are less than a minute out. We are now getting pretty close right there, everyone. I'm going to get my headphones on considering that, since we are all but there at this point. Or I'm going to go ahead and get my headphone cord stuck below my water bottle, so then I have to reconnect it. There's always that, too. Anyway. Okay. So we are getting close now. We've had Aftermath, Cut and Run, Replacements. And as I said, I heard some comments as to what this episode title probably would be. But we'll see soon enough. Episode 4 is up. 26 minutes minus plenty of end credits, which makes it the shortest of the Bad Batch episodes so far. So just 26 minutes, so 2 minutes shorter than last week. And 3 be more than the week before. So, okay, everybody go ahead and get your Bad Batch up so we are ready to go. Let me know in the chat in case you have not gone ahead and done that yet. So go ahead and make sure I know that you're having problems, and I will wait a moment. If not, I'll give it here a few more seconds here, and then we'll go ahead and get ready to start on up. Starting on into episode 4 of the Bad Batch. Okay, I'm seeing no comments in the chat, so I'm assuming everyone's got it up and ready. Looks like a good episode. I'm hoping so. Here's hoping. Okay, so I'm seeing no problem. So everyone, let's get ready to go ahead and start. So in 3, 2, 1, let's go. I mean, how many times can I comment on the Lucasfilm logo and, also this piece after here? Gotta find something new to talk about in this little section, because I've already talked about how much I like this spot. Or just enjoy it. Either way. Cornered. Indeed, it was the title. Well, I guess that answers a little bit of that question right there. Ida floor. No kidding. We have all kinds of fun. Pantora. Oh, that's cool. Man, that's digging back a little ways into Clone Wars right there. Well, although, in fairness, seeing Cut is digging back a ways. But we've only seen Pantora a couple times in Clone Wars. Actually, we never saw it the other time. We just saw it from space because I don't think we went onto the surface. Ooh, nice. It's definitely... I want to go back and just look at that overview of Pantora some more right there. Yeah, I'm trying to think, have we actually ever been on the surface of Pantora before in Clone Wars? I don't know that we have. The bribe, come on now. Little extortion to start the episode out with. Like all the rings on the hand, too, for bonus points. Yeah, predictably. Oh, you're bringing Fennec Shannon. Nice. Nice. Specifically, Omega right there. So she was sent by the Kaminoans, clearly. Not the Empire as a whole in this case. I love that we got Fennec Shan. I'm just kind of waiting to get back there. I admit. Seeing the downtown, it's like, okay, so this piece of the trailer's from here. Yeah, how long will you still be cheering for him, though? There's an interesting question. For now. Mm-hmm. Echo's new armor indeed, Pheromone. Always love getting to see other worlds, see what we do with them. And they are drawing attention quick, aren't they? Oh, this is painful. Okay, one of those. We don't get Rex this episode, we get Fennec Shan. I'll take it. It works for me. Got no complaints. I can wait a little more. The interesting part is with Omega being a bit force sensitive and having some, she might be able to catch this in Fennec Shand if she actually calms herself. Because as I said, she seems to be connected emotionally at least a little bit. So not very good at that whole undercover thing. I wonder who'd make a doll like that too. Is that really just a toy that was made on Camino? It's an interesting question. I smell backstory. It's a fairly straightforward episode in a number of ways here. Played for a joke, sure, but I still got to get to the title of the episode here, right? Nicely framed. It's interesting. We get to watch Fennec Shan go through one of them after another, right? That was easy. I admit I expected that to be a little tougher, at least. Ah, here comes the beast from the trailer. Had to come soon. Got to work on that tuck and roll right there. By the way. Nice work. I like some of the architecture in the background here. Dang. That's the kind of shooting I expect out of Fennec Shan, by the way. Some of these ships are definitely in here as a nod to episode 2 as well. Speaking about that one ship, speaking about the taxi in there too. Just say the movie, not the second episode of this show. About time for the name of the episode to actually come into play, right? And they haven't actually truly ever been cornered in here. Thought maybe we get a showdown there before they got off. Yeah, that's fine. Easily the weakest episode of the 4 yet. Felt pretty by the numbers. Wasn't a lot of character development out of this, or plot development either. We found out they're specifically after Omega. We did bring in Fennec Shan. That was cool. So we got to go ahead and see her in here. Got to see her take on 2 of her different Bad Batch members. And we got to see Pantora for the first time. Because I don't think we ever were on the surface of Pantora before. We've certainly seen Pantorans. And we've been in the orbit around Pantora once. But I don't think we've ever actually been on the planet during Clone Wars. And I couldn't tell you if the comics have explored the surface of Pantora or not. That one I don't know. Matthew says 6 of 10 reminds you of Rebels. Yeah. Having not seen most of season 4 yet, I'll ignore that. But I'd say earlier Rebels, so certainly not, say, seasons 3 or, well, or the early part of 4 yet. I'm not even sure I want to go with season 2. Maybe early season 2. Early season 2, late season 1 feel of episode, somewhere in there, if we're making it relevant to Rebels in that sense. Faramon, yeah, you suspect Nala Se hired Fennec Shan to retrieve Omega? Yeah, I agree. 100%. That's definitely what it feels like, anyway. It would be interesting if they actually chose to flip that, but I mean, it would require someone else to know about Omega and be going after her. And especially after how we left off the episode before, that's clearly the direct implication. But it would be interesting if we're actually playing a different direction. That was actually a little bit, just to go ahead and make you feel that direction. So a little bit of a red herring on it. Possible. Palpatine became aware there's a Force sensitive clone. And it's actually Palpatine that hired Fennec Shand. It's possible. But yeah, no, the straightforward answer is that it's what we went ahead and showed at the end of the third episode as incoming indicator in the fourth. So yeah, it was a fine episode. But nothing to write home about, I don't think. Okay. Anything any of you saw that in the episode that I overlooked a little that was huge one way or another? Feel free to toss it in there. I am going to take a look at that overview of Pandora again at some point. Because that was gave a nice overview, and it's an interesting landscape. Also, the colors, actually, of up on Pandora. We have a lot of red up on the tops of the buildings. And then definitely the influence here on the top. A bit of an Persian, Arabian influence, something of that nature. I mean, that's kind of the feel I get out of that. Yeah. Bit of desert up and around. Pretty close off, but then we also have these huge mountains nearby as well. So yeah, very interesting. And of course, I'm not sure if the whole of Pandora is supposed to be similar or not. But that's one piece that I definitely liked in here. I wasn't annoyed about how she took Hunter out. I mean, that at least seemed a little more even, at least. Because Hunter had the upper hand for a little bit. He got turned back the other way. Wrecker, though, I expected that to take a little bit longer. And they shouldn't have had runtime issues. Maybe they felt the pacing was too slow to go ahead and put that fight a bit longer. I don't know. But Wrecker got taken out way faster than I expected right there. So that was a surprise. Yeah. I really thought we were actually going to have her go through a couple of the others too, just to go ahead and keep that one bland. So we'll go ahead and bring in Tech and bring in Echo just to go ahead and do it. And I'm weirded out by the title of the episode. The title was Cornered. Our group was never cornered during the course of this. At best, I guess, Omega got a little cornered up on top when she was up there on that platform. After she'd gotten out of the maintenance tunnels, but that's about as cornered as anybody ever got. I figured it was going to be cornered back at the actual hangar bay, and maybe we'd have some of the police come in as well, and maybe a little bit more so they'd be cornered both showing police on the one side and Fennec Shand over here or something. I don't know. I figured something like that would work. Especially, if you tip off the police as to who the heck they are, then since they're wanted currently, then you could actually go ahead and do that. So yeah, it was a weird choice of name for the episode to be what it was, given that they never actually got cornered. So that one surprised me. You're heading off to bed, eh, Matthew? Well, I think I will probably be headed off as well. At 5 a.m., yes. Late over there. I mean, it's only 12:30 over here on this side, so a little bit earlier. I guess I have that advantage and disadvantage, right? It's not as nice as if it were over in Europe right now. That was just nice and bright and early in the morning. Top of the morning. But anyway, to all of you, thanks for going ahead and joining me and watching this. I'll be back again next week for episode 5. Hopefully it'll be a bit more back to the form of the first 3 after this one here. So there's hoping. But anyway, nice to see Fennec Shand, nice to see Pantora. And until next time, I am going to go ahead and say my usual to all of you, which is, have a magical day, and may the Force be with you always.